It's Week 9 of the National Football League, and we'll see Foye Oluokun. He's been one of the best blitzers in the NFL this season and is among the league leader in sacks. It's the Jags and the Titans coming up next.
By many accounts, one of the most underrated home venues in all of the NFL resides in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, and that's where we find ourselves at Nissan Stadium. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are.
The Jags defense set to go here, coming off a game where they allowed just 3 points last time out. Now the one we'll be watching is this man at corner.
And he did more than just play his usual solid defense last week. He had the interception return for the touchdown. I do think we'll continue to see him take chances and hopefully continue to make some big plays on his side of the ball.
First and 10, it's Levis. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Jags, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
It was an absolutely dominating shutdown performance for them because they shut down the run, they shut down the pass. I think at one point, the question was whether or not they could actually hold them to negative yardage for the entire game. That's how well they played. I don't know if those numbers can carry over to this one, but they do expect to play at a high level.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Levis on 3rd down. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Devin Lloyd has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. The Jacksonville defense back onto the field. They lead 7-0, trying to put a stop together here as this drive starts with a first down. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 16 carries, 92 yards.
When a winning streak stretches this far, you start to wonder if a team is truly unstoppable. And here's a guy who's been very much the legs that have helped drive this team to wins week after week. And even when teams have keyed on him and tried to slow him down, he's still gotten the job done enough to avoid a loss. Talking with him in pregame, though, he thinks that this week could be his biggest week yet.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Levis sets up to throw here. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Josh Allen, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course.
The Jags defense back on the field for this next possession. They've had the upper hand so far this first half of play, working with a good lead already as they look to defend this 1st down. They begin with Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. So from the 26-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8. Levis now on 2nd down. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And this may be the one to build on right here. It's the 2nd quarter. They've got nothing on the scoreboard as of yet. They need to put something together, and this is a good start as they get the completion there for good yardage and a 1st down.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Levis. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again.
Let's go now.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Now here's Levis now on 3rd and long. Open man is... And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
The Jacksonville defense back onto the field. They've looked good so far. This whole team has, for that matter, in the midst of a big first half as this next drive begins 1st and 10.
Bring it. Got ready.
On 1st down, Levis. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Levis looking to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Levis back to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Josh Allen. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
The Jags defense back on the field for this next possession. And they'll begin by trying to defend a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Show what you got.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. It's a gain of 2, and it will be the final act of this first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, and that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, we head east to check on the Bills at home in Buffalo, and they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Dak Prescott has thrown a touchdown pass.
The Jacksonville defense back onto the field. They'll play with a lead here to begin this third quarter. Looking for another solid half of football to carry them to victory. Second half begins with a run by Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Third and short, it's Levis. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he will have a Titans first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Levis to throw on 1st and 10 here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. They'll try the right side with Henry. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Tyson Campbell. Now inside the 25.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick six is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
The Jags defense back on the field for this next possession. They had the pick six just a moment ago, so they're feeling good as they prepare to try and make another stop.
Get him going, baby. That's right, dog. That's the real shit on what we gotta do here.
So the pick six, and now Levis right back to the air.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
A second down throw from Levis.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The Jacksonville defense back onto the field. They've done a really nice job of slowing the tempo of this offense, and as a result, they've got a comfortable third quarter lead as this next drive begins 1st and 10.
Here we go, sack. Let's go.
Levis now on 1st and 10.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
The Jags defense back on the field for this next possession. They'll start by looking at a 1st and 10 at the 25.
The tight end in motion right. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's Levis. Over the middle, complete. It's Hopkins. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
It's showtime.
That's the end of the 3rd.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now Levis. That's complete once again to Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
First and 10. Here's Levis. And that nearly intercepted. Or the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a 1st down. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 7. 2nd down. Here's Levis.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Looking for Traylon Burks that time. And it's 3rd down. Now again, it's Levis looking to throw it. That's caught. Left side, it's Burks. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
The Jacksonville defense back onto the field. They've pitched the shutout here into the 4th quarter. Been sensational. The question, can they finish it off? They'll need to come up with another stop here. Working from the gun, here's Levis. He's got it complete. Derrick Henry. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Levis.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Devon Hamilton coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
Pardon my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score.
Okay, ready?
Levis out of the gun on third down. And that is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep. So for Jacksonville, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.